What a fantastic day I've had outside in that garden. Really enjoyed it. Nice weather, tidying up obviously, and mostly this afternoon snapping away, taking loads and loads of pictures. Mostly macro, trying different things. I've not looked at the results on my screen yet. I'm going to have a look, and then I will put the snaps onto this video. I'm filming this on my Sony A7, so the quality should be fantastic. Had a great day, and this is the sort of thing I like doing. Little clips, put it all together, kind of tell a little bit of a story. I've had a bit of a moan, I know, but I like to moan. Anyway, just one more thing. You can wear clothing with a British flag on. You are not a racist. Now then, where are we? I've got to get outside today. It's overcast, but it's warm. And I've got a lot of little jobs to do. Also want to do some pictures, some macro stuff. There's some nice little flowers and insects and whatever out there. I've got to cut my hedge, tidy up. I've got to try and cram it all in. I've already been up and done my washing. So first of all, my first task is get this hedge cut. I've only got to do my edge because the next door neighbour did the top about a week ago. But it's the hedge behind my shed at the back that's overgrown, and it's annoying me. It should be ideal today for a bit of photography. There's not a breath of wind in the sky and no harsh sunlight. But first of all, like I said, let me get this sorted out. I've already got my cameras on the bird table. The birds have stopped landing on this table. I don't know why. I have no idea why. Is it because they've finished nesting and they're not as hungry? They don't have any little mouths to feed? No idea. But the bird on the table activity seems to have dried up. Oh, come on. I've had this Black & Decker cutter, must be for 20 years, never sharpened it once, never oiled it. I've cut through the wires a few times and repaired it. It still does the job. Get your money's worth. I've also got to burn this wood, but I can't burn that wood until my washing's dried. I'm also waiting now for them to come and take the scaffolding down. Could be a day, could be a week, it could be a month. Hopefully I can squeeze that into Mrs. Erminchinsky's bin. If not, I'll have to let it dry out and burn it. I have this situation every year. I can see it growing, and I know, get out there and just give it a tickle over. I never do. Another week goes by, it's getting longer. Another week goes by, and then you're left with all this foliage to move. I don't know. Talk about making things hard work for myself. Oh, that was tough. I'm going to have to get my loppers, it's a bit thick. You couldn't make it up. Sweating again. Oh, the smell of that washing. It's enough to make you frisky. Ooh. Right. This'll snap them. Oh, it's like a jungle in here. I've stolen this tub of fence paint, split it, wasted all that paint. It was hid under some leaves and branches. You could not make it up. If we have 3 or 4 days of hot weather, all that'll dry out, I'll burn it. Easiest way, easiest thing to do. Why is nothing simple? I used to do a bit of landscape gardening for a job a number of years ago now, and I used to hate raking all the leaves up and putting everything, tidying it up. But it's a job where I worked with the biggest knobhead I've ever clapped eyes on in my life. What a complete and utter prick. Right, I've managed to save a bit, do a few panels at least. Get that away. Oh, not there for now. Let's wash it away. I don't know if you can see that little beetle there. That's something I'm going to try and photograph with my macro lens, but obviously I'm doing this now, and it's, if you want a bit of patience, try to find them, setting your camera up and then hoping for the best. But I might get around to that later on. But I'm just started now cutting along the top of the fence. It'll be easy. Better do it off this stool. I know I could put the sheet down. Let's see if I can grab something quickly. That spider is in and out like a fiddler's elbow. I've got another bee. But now I've tidied up. I'm going to make myself a banana pancake, make myself a bit of food. I'll sit in my man cave for half an hour and relax, and then I've got some strawberries to pick, and then a little bit of macro photography. But now the sun's out makes the light a little bit too harsh. Let's go and get some lunch. Right, I'll give up on that spider. It was toying with me. So, come in my shed, I've had a bit of lunch, and I'm going to do a little bit of handheld photography. I'll also do it on my tripod, but I want to practice handheld with a flash. In time, I'm going to buy myself a diffuser, but before paying £60–70 for one, I want to see if it actually works. So I've made a temporary diffuser, don't laugh, out of an old plant pot, but it gives you an idea of how it works. So that's your basic idea how the diffuser works. Now I've got the built-in diffuser off the flash, but if I wanted to, I will put that over as well, but I want to see what it's like with this. So basically you will get your settings outside, you'll take a few shots, and then hopefully you'll be able to take 3 or 4 shots and capture tiny insects. Everything will be shot manually. It's trial and error, but I'll practice with that, see what the results are like, and if it's alright and I like it and enjoy it and I can do it, because you're moving a millimetre at a time. You've got to learn how to hold handheld. Obviously on your tripod it's easier. So I'll try both, handheld and on tripod, and then I'll put the results on the screen. I'll use a flash, even though it's sunny and everything outside. You're supposed to get better, sharper details using the flash. I'm not going to film everything because I want to concentrate and practice and see what I can come up with. It's my granddaughter's biscuit, don't tell her. I think it's a gladioli plant from the top down to the bottom. I think it was 33–34 shots. My conclusions so far regarding this macro photography lark: it's alright on a tripod, and I can imagine in a woodland somewhere in the shade with the flash and your tripod set up and you see something decent like some mushrooms or a plant or some bark or something like that. It would be quite therapeutic just to sit there and take your shots. As for chasing little insects around and doing it handheld, I've had a go. Virtually impossible for me at the moment. Virtually impossible. Now whether my lens is too big, I don't know. But I'm going to persevere. I'm going to have a look round, because there's bees and wasps and all sorts of critters landing on these flowers, but they land and dart off. No chance to focus or anything. So fair play to these people that get all these fantastic macro shots. But I bet you what they don't tell you is for every decent shot they get, there'll be hundreds that they mess up. You see the shots, see again, sharper, and then when it goes blank is when it's flash has failed, but you can delete that. Right, what I'm going to do now is take all this diffuser off and just wander around my garden, handheld, trying to capture some bees and whatever, and take a few shots, just trial and error. I've even discovered got some gooseberries ripe, but you need a glove on to get them off because of the little spikes. I think they're ripe. They seem quite soft, but I'm taking them off anyway. Ooh. This is the second year I've had this bush, and it's come on. And next to it, I'll show you in a minute when I've got these few. Ah, you concentrate, Owen. God, they're sharp. And this one here is one I bought this year. Struggling a bit because it was surrounded by different plants and I've took them out. I will have to ask Mrs. Erminchinsky how to cook gooseberries. Now, are they green? Should they be green? Am I taking them off before they're ready? Better put this in the garage before it dries up in the heat. Then during the next week or so, use that up painting the fence. Wasn't going to do it, but I'll get a couple of panels out of that. Better than wasting it. This will soon dry up in this heat, and then hopefully next week I'll burn it. I'm filling my boots today. I'm having a cracker. Have a look, show you. There's my gooseberries. Might be able to make one little gooseberry tart with that. I'll have to look on YouTube how to cook them, because Mrs. Erminchinsky said she didn't know. She wasn't 100% sure. I've now got electric in my little man cave, so I'm going to get myself a kettle, keep some cappuccinos and get some water. Then I don't have to mess about with that jet boil thing. I'll probably also get myself a light, because as you can see up there, them solar lights are a complete and utter waste of time. 20 quid down the drain with them. I think I said it before, they wouldn't light the inside of a matchbox. And then, if I get myself a nice light up here, I can chill and do a bit of reading as well. But I find it hard to relax and chill. I've got to be on the move all the time. 100 miles an hour. I want to show you my new design bird table. Look at that. But the thing is, since I've made it like that, the birds aren't coming down as much. Them worms have been there all day. I know I've been out and about in the garden, but these coconuts are still being nibbled at. But is it by the small birds or them pesky wood pigeons? Surely they can't reach. If they stand on here, they can't reach over there. Now if they stand up there, maybe they can reach that one. I don't know. I'm gonna have to sit in here later on and keep an eye and see what happens. See who is eating them coconuts. It's a mystery. Anyway, back to my photography today. I've tried various things, but I have done a little bit of handheld photography, and I put the flash on. I've got the settings right, and I think I've got a cracker of a fly. It looks, on the back of the camera, it looks fantastic, blue wings and all that, but it's practice, practice, practice. There's a few butterflies floating around. I've been chasing one of them around for 5 minutes, but it's disappeared over the fence. Most of them boring white ones, but I've seen a couple of the orangey black ones. What are they called? Are they red admirals? I'd love to be able to catch one of them. Now the thing is, I couldn't catch one now, but when you were kids, you used to catch them for fun, didn't you? You used to pull the wings off. Well, I did, and my mates. Can you remember that? Grasshoppers. You used to sit there and you could hear the grasshoppers all the time. Don't hear them anymore. Or is it because they're too tall and you're too far off the ground? Very strange. Very strange.